Hi guys, Mariko Berg, Realtor with BRIDGEWELL Real Estate Group here in Coquitlam, British Columbia, Canada. And today this vlog I'm going to be focusing on assignments of contract and purchase and sale in real estate. I've seen a lot more assignments pop up recently and I have quite a few people asking me about assignments in real estate. So I did want to provide you guys with the vlog so that you can get the basic understanding of what an assignment is. So first things first, what is an assignment? It's something that is going to be involving three different parties. So an original seller, often the developer, like take pre-sale purchases for example, an original buyer, and a new buyer. So three different parties: seller, original buyer, and new buyer. So how an assignment works is the original buyer is essentially going to become the seller. They are going to sell their property purchase to a new buyer before the completion date. So to put this into perspective for you, let's take a pre-sale condo purchase. So the original buyer buys the property at the time that sales start from the developer. The estimated completion time is 2 years down the road. At the 1 year mark, the original buyer, let's say I'm the original buyer, decides that they want to sell the property at the 1 year mark. Maybe they can't complete on the property, or maybe they've made a decent amount of profit on it and they've just decided that they want to cash out and they want to sell it now. So what's going to happen is I'm the original buyer and I decide to sell my property purchase to a new buyer. Let's say Radner is the new buyer. And Radner is going to end up purchasing that property from me and he's going to complete on it at the 2 year mark. So I've now assigned my property purchase to Radner, the new buyer, and he's going to complete on it. So that's how a typical assignment of contract of purchase and sale will work. Now with pre-sale, we often see a developer's fee or an assignment fee associated with that assignment. If you get very, very lucky, the developer might only do a 0% assignment fee, which is very, very unlikely, but we do see it every now and then. More commonly, we'll see a 1.5% to 5% assignment fee. In 2018, I've consistently seen 3 to 5%, so I think that that's something that you should expect if you are planning on assigning your property purchase. But again, every developer is different and you want to check in with the original contract to see exactly how much the assignment fee is. And of course, you always need the developer's consent prior to assigning, so it's a good time to ask them and just get a reminder on what their assignment fee is. So moving on to the resale market, it is quite different because the Real Estate Council had actually imposed a restriction on assignments just because there were so many issues with shadow flipping, which you may have heard of on the news over the past couple of years. So with that assignment restriction, it restricts both the consent and the amount of profit that can be made. And so first off, with resale properties, you always need the seller's consent before assigning anything. Secondly, the profit that is going to be split between the buyer and the seller, the original buyer and the original seller, is always going to be an equal split unless otherwise agreed to by the seller, but you can always expect a 50-50 split for any profit that's made on the assignment for a resale property. Again, this is very, very different from a pre-sale property where we don't see these assignment restrictions that were imposed by the Real Estate Council, and that's why the developer has had to set their own assignment fee, which is a lower amount, about 1.5% to 5% is again what we'll see commonly. But if you are going to be assigning a resale property, just remember that you always need the seller's consent first and that you should also expect a 50-50 split. So let's say that, you have a property that you had purchased in the resale market that has a 6-month completion date. At the 3-month mark, you can't complete on the property, or you've decided that you want to assign that property. Within that 3 months, it's, appreciated $60,000. Well, you're going to have to be splitting that $60,000 50-50, so that's $30,000 for the seller and $30,000 for the original buyer, unless otherwise agreed to by the seller. But with assignments, it's always the ball is in the seller's court with regards to whether someone can assign the property or not, and how much the fee is going to be for this assignment. So that is going through the difference between pre-sale and resale assignments. And again, with assignments, you're always just wanting to focus on consent from the original seller, whether it be the developer or a seller for a resale property, and then the fees that are associated with that. And again, you know, the assignment process is so much more complicated than just those two things, and it's really important that you work with a realtor that has a very, very good understanding of assignments, because it's not something that all realtors deal with. So having someone that specializes in assignments of contract of purchase and sale on your side, whether you're buying or selling, is very, very important. So again, you know, my name is Mariko. We service all of the Lower Mainland at BRIDGEWELL Real Estate Group, and I would be happy to help you with assignments regardless of whether you are buying or selling one. Feel free to reach out to me anytime, and I hope that this vlog was helpful for you. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a great day.